My dead neighbor called 911 3 days after his funeral. Police verified the call. The voice matched him. The call came from his phone, and the phone had been buried with him. The recording entered evidence at 2:17 a.m. At first, dispatchers assumed it was a prank. Then the caller identified himself as Michael Turner. His date of birth matched. His address matched. His medical records matched. The voice print matched. Most disturbing of all, the call came from the same phone. Witnesses watched being placed inside his casket before burial. Michael Turner was 54, quiet, ordinary, no criminal record, no enemies. He died from a heart attack in his garage. Paramedics confirmed it. The medical examiner confirmed it again. 3 days later, he was buried. His daughter placed his phone beside him before the coffin was sealed. The burial was documented. The case was closed. Then the phone called 911. The recording lasted only 41 seconds. Michael sounded calm, not frightened, not confused. He simply stated his name and said something was wrong. Then the line disconnected. Investigators traced the signal. According to tower logs, the call originated from inside the cemetery. Officers arrived within minutes. The grave was untouched. No disturbed, no digging marks, no footprints. Security footage showed nobody entering or leaving the cemetery that night. Yet a verified emergency call had originated from the property. That should have been the strangest part of the case. It wasn't. When detectives enhanced the recording, they discovered Michael describing events that happened after his death. A private argument between family members over life insurance paperwork. A conversation held inside a locked office. A meeting attended by only 3 relatives. Police verified every detail. Nobody outside those rooms should have known what was said. Yet somehow Michael did. Investigators searched, archived emergency service records. What they found changed everything. Michael wasn't the first. Over 4 decades, multiple dead people had apparently called emergency services after being buried. Different states, different decades, same pattern. Verified death, confirmed burial, emergency call afterward. Every voice matched the deceased, and every caller delivered a warning. Detectives compared the recordings. Despite years separating them, every caller repeated the exact same sentence. There's someone else down here. Not similar. Identical, word for word. Police exhumed graves connected to older cases. Nothing unusual was found. Only one body occupied each grave. The evidence contradicted every recording. Then Michael called again. This time a call lasted only 18 seconds. The recording began with silence. Then Michael spoke directly to the lead investigator, using his full name. The problem? The investigator hadn't been assigned to the case when the call was made. His assignment happened 4 days later. Yet Michael already knew who he was. Then Michael mentioned a vehicle accident, specific road, specific intersection, specific time. The investigator ignored it. 3 weeks later, he crashed at that exact location. The official police report matched details from the recording. The case stopped being a mystery. It became personal. Phone company engineers were brought in. Their task was simple: find the source. Instead, they discovered something impossible. The calls weren't coming from underground. The routing records pointed toward locations connected to future events. A storage facility investigators wouldn't search for months. A motel that wouldn't appear in the case file until later. The records seemed to know where the investigation was going before investigators did. Then analysts found something even stranger. Several calls appeared in company databases before they were supposedly made. Minutes at first, then hours, then days. One recording existed nearly a week before its official timestamp. The logs looked less like communication records and more like predictions. That discovery led to the final recording. It was found during a server audit. No incoming record existed. No outgoing record existed. Yet the file was there. Its timestamp was dated 6 days in the future. Ingénieur assumé de corruption. Then they listened. Michael's voice was unmistakable. Clear, calm, certain. He spoke only 8 words. The next call won't come from me. Then silence. No background noise. No interference. Nothing. Investigators reviewed every case one final time. Every recording, every report, every warning. Eventually, they found the detail connecting all of them. Every dead caller had placed a second emergency call minutes after the first. None were ever answered. Most recordings were missing. Several files had been corrupted, but one detail survived. Every unanswered call originated from the same unidentified source. Not the cemetery, not the victim's phone, the same source. Every single time. Investigators never identified who was connected to that number. And before I close this file, I need your opinion. If you had heard that final recording, would you have answered the next call? Because the mystery was never how the dead were calling. The mystery was who kept calling back. Imagine it's 2:17 a.m. Your phone rings. The caller ID shows a number buried 3 days ago. Do you answer? Tell me honestly in the comments.